Hi there everyone, good morning and welcome to the short and sweet edition of Market Fatafat. Mark Mobius is very bullish on the India story and believes that there are opportunities. 10,181 on the index. Let's find out the opportunities that we're flagging off for you right here on the show. Our team of research analysts as well as Kunal Botra and Hemin Kapadia are here on technicals. Let's get started and begin with the result candidate. That's IndusInd Bank. What exactly is the brokerage verdict, Karanya?
Has come out with a note. They have maintained their outperform rating on the company. They've also set the target price at 1975 rupees a share. They believe that stock after correction is trading at a decent price, 2.7 times of the FY20 price to be a book value. The stock is down 25% from the recent highs, and therefore on back of attractive valuations, they continue to remain bullish. Now, do remember the management was also on the channel earlier on the day. Ramesh Sopti was there with us right here on ET Now, and he said that they've made provisions for IL&F as exposure. Expect a resolution plan by month end.
All right, that's the take coming in from brokerages on IndusInd Bank, 1% higher. Moving right on then, let's keep it with IT, and what continues to see relentless selling pressure is Hexaware. What's going on, Kunal?
Many of the mid-cap IT stocks have been unable to, resurrect after that big sell-off. For Hexaware, if I'm not wrong, this is the 6th straight week of selling pressure which you've seen, and the stock is, comfortably below its 50 and 200 moving average. Looking at the weakness so far, I believe that the stock could drag lower, even from current levels. 335 could be an immediate target for Hexaware for anyone who's looking for short opportunities.
Keep an eye out on Hexaware, 5% down, and yes, the selling pressure has been relentless. Moving right on, Pranay, let's keep it with a banking name, and there's quite a bit of news with Lakshmi Vilas.
Yes, according to reports, around 5 have been shortlisted for a stake, and that includes venerable names like Blackstone, Bain Capital, TPG, amongst others. The management has confirmed this and said that they have seen very good expression of interest from some high-quality bidders. JP Morgan currently is the banker which is doing the preliminary assessment. So on the back of that, the stock is up a good 3.5%.
Okay, we'll have to wait and watch which way that deal really turns out. But let's move right on then and keep it with HCL Technologies. That counter is in focus today, all set to deliver its numbers. The stock is trading below the 50 as well as the 100 daily moving average. But what exactly is the street expecting? A dollar revenue of $2,097 million. Net profit seen up 1% at 2,432. The cross-currency growth is seen higher by almost 3% sequentially. And a seasonal slowdown in the products business could impact growth this time around. The FY19 EBIT margin guidance is likely to be maintained between 19.5 to 20.5%. The stock is tempered prior to its numbers. But let's keep it with large caps then. And Siddharth, you're watching out for ONGC.
Well, yes, it's an expiry week, Avan, and we are seeing that there's 55% rise in open interest in ONGC and prices are down. Now, ideally, you would say that these are short positions getting built up, but answer to that is don't read it that way. It's a rollover week, so there is an intraday substantial build-up which takes place in underlying. That means rollovers are taking place and not that entire position is a directional position. But then if you want to assess the direction, then see what's happening to ONGC stock, and overall we have seen that there is a formation of short position, stock is underperforming. So in short, it is short rollover which is taking place in ONGC. Watch out for that level of 145 which has been a strong support.
Alright, that's the take coming in on ONGC. But moving on then, it's Sun Pharma that's on your radar. Hemin, take us through what position one should adopt right now.
It's not a short one, but it's a sell. We are in an intermediate downtrend. The lower tops, lower bottom sequence still continues. And 590 support, we're just hanging on to that. We're at 591 hour. 590 cracks in terms of closing, further pain. So it's a sell but not a short.
A sell but not a short position. That's the word coming in. Lower top, lower bottom formations being seen. Moving right on, let's keep it with metals then. And what's the latest when it comes to Hindustan Zinc, Karanya?
Well, it's also an earnings candidate, Avan. They came out with the numbers yesterday, and today Citi has come out with a view. They believe the second half of volumes will likely to surge in all probability. Cost has peaked out, so therefore an improvement on that front in the second half is also something that Citi is expecting. They expect a COP at $950 to $975 in the second half of this year versus the earlier target for the full year, which is between the $950 $975 range. They have, however, a neutral stance with the target of 270 rupees.
All right, there you have it. That's the latest coming in on Hindustan Zinc. And yes, watch out for the numbers. But we flagged off Sun Pharma. Let's now take cognizance of Cipla, down almost 2%, Pranay.
USFDA completed its inspection at the Goa plant, and we've had 2 observations coming out from there. The observations are not really major or serious in nature, but the fact that pharma index is down about 1.5% and most constituents are down between 1 to 6%, Cipla finds itself as one amongst them, which is why it's in news today.
Okay, there you have it, just about finding its feet around the 618 mark. But let's move on. It was a pretty dismal quarter for Asian Paints. You just heard out the management in the conference call as well. The decoratives, the domestic decoratives business registered a low double-digit volume growth. Here's what brokerages are saying. Citi has indicated that they maintain a neutral with a target at 1480. They say that the escalation in raw material costs, the delayed price hikes will hit the margins. Macquarie believes that the margin pressure is due to the higher input costs, and the decorative volume growth continues to remain strong. But investors not sparing this one, 6% down today. Moving on at number 10 then, let's talk about a stock that is managing to buck the trend on an otherwise choppy day. And so that's Tata Communications.
Well, I'm sure, Kunal will agree to this assessment that Tata Communication has shown a positive candlestick pattern, and we have seen bullish engulfing pattern formed in Tata Communication. And look at the volumes in cash market, which suggests that, this positive candlestick formation with high volumes means there is a chance of reversal. That's what statistical analysis do say. We are not seeing any major formation of positions. Anyway, Tata Communication didn't have much of positions outstanding. So more of a technical observation over here. Keep eye on this name.
All right, that's the take coming in on Tata Communications. But let's move on and find out what Kunal has to say about HDFC then, Kunal.
Surprisingly, till yesterday the stock was threatening to breach the 1650 support mark. And looking at the price patterns today, I believe HDFC is looking for maybe on course of a reversal. Now, over the construct of the last 2 weeks, the stock has now found a new range, and that range is 1650 on the lower side and 1750 on the higher side. I believe traders should try and use the opportunity of this range to try and make some decent returns on HDFC over the short term.
All right, keep an eye out on this heavyweight, 2% higher. Kunal's take is that you could see some potential, though the stock is stuck in a bit of a range. Meantime, what's been down and out has been Persistent Systems. Karanya, what's the CLSA view?
The view is not very encouraging, Avan. They believe that the second quarter numbers were marked by several misses, poor treasury management, and also at the same time they believe that the valuations are extremely cheap. Margin expansion as well as forex tailwind are the only comfort, only parameters offering comfort at this point of time. Cheap valuations, improving demand, and forex tailwinds keep CLSA maintain their positive stance with the target at 850 rupees. However, they've cut the revenues target by 2 to 8% for the next 2 years.
Okay, some semblance of recovery kicking in, although the stock is still down in trade. 556 is where it's at. Moving on then at number 13, and clearly it's unlucky for the OMCs today, Pranay.
Well, yes, even though oil is rather steady at just under $80 per barrel, rupee weakness is something that is weighing a bit. But brokerages like Nomura have come out with a report saying that the estimates will have to be revised lower. They see risks of populist measures in the months that run up to the elections, because overall the burden on the consumer will remain high, and if we see weaknesses in the underlying industries such as auto growth, then the government may ask the OMCs who are relatively profitable to share part of this burden, and therefore under the weight of that you're seeing all the OMCs trading low by about 2 to 3%.
Yep, that's HPCL, BPCL, IOC having a rough run. Well, let's move right on and keep it with PFC and REC. These are newsmakers as well. In fact, we understand yesterday, post-market hours from sources that the Power Ministry and the Finance Ministry are working together on merger plans for both the companies. In fact, the government is looking to rake in close to 13 to 15,000 crores on the back of this merger. They're seeking legal advice, and remember, the government currently holds about 65.6% in PFC. They want REC to buy out PFC's stake in the company. So we'll have to wait and watch what emerges from the same. But let's move on to number 15 and discuss Wipro, Siddharth.
Stocks are correcting, and so is Wipro. But then if you look positionally, Avan, then though historically the stock has been an underperformer, but if you look at last 1 year, the stock is doing well, or I would say last 6 months it's doing well. As IT stocks are correcting from higher levels, even Wipro is showing correction, but it is still consolidating in a broader range. You are seeing today a huge pile-off of position, and just like ONGC, don't get carried away and assume that all these 40-50% built up of position is on the short side. It is rollover which is taking place. Unlike ONGC, I think Wipro has more of blend of position, some long and some short. So not that this 4% move is going to change the course of the stock.
Decoding the F&O action, that's the word coming in on Wipro. Meantime, Hemain, let's check out what's going on with Bata India. Today the stock is down about 3%. What exactly or where exactly do you see it headed from the current levels?
Well, Aman, frankly speaking, we've been down for 9 weeks in a row now. Lower top, lower bottoms, longer term correction, weekly chart indicators sell, everything seems negative. So once again, it wouldn't be a short, but if posted a fresh 9-week low today, Aman, would remain, it would be a sell but not a short once again.
All right, that's the verdict coming in on Bata India, yet again seeing relentless selling pressure on this mid-cap. Moving on then, let's chat more earnings, and Lakshmi Machine is on the radar, Karanya.
Yes, they are. They came out with their earnings last evening. A decent set of numbers. In fact, sales were up nearly 35% at 772 crores. Profits were a bit muted at 40.4 crores. EBITDA was higher by 43% at 90.3 crores. They saw a slight, rather a 70 basis points margin expansion as well, coming in at 11.7%. Also, another update to watch out for is the fact that they've approved a buyback of close to 3 lakh shares at a price of about 6,000 rupees.
This candidate clearly under pressure. Pranay, Kansai, Nerolac, and it's been a disappointing quarter. What's Deutsche Bank saying?
Well, the results were below on all counts, as you said, and Deutsche Bank has also cut the target price to 525, which is still significantly higher from the current level. So while the EPS estimates have been scaled down along with the multiple, they see that the aggressive growth strategy of the company is something which will remain at the forefront. They are looking at the festive season, and also this price hikes that they've taken with a lag should help offset the margin headwinds that we've seen. But because all the paint companies are down, Asian Paints is down about 6-7%. Also, similar is the case with Berger. So Kansai, you're seeing that high valuations are clearly weighing on all these stocks.
Slashing the target from 575 to 525. That's the word on Kansai. But moving on, let's watch out for Canfin Homes. And it's been an impressive quarterly performance. The good loan growth in the loan portfolio has managed to lift the net profit about 7.5% to 76.8 crore rupees versus 71 crores. The total revenue has also jumped nearly 12% to come in at 423 crore rupees versus 378. The stock, though, not managing to sustain in the green. Moving on then, and let's chat about another IT stock after Wipro. You're flagging off Infosys, Siddharth.
Well, unlike Wipro, Infosys has a lot of fresh shorts which are getting built up now, Aman, and we are seeing steep correction from higher levels. In fact, after numbers, in fact, Street was impressed by numbers. We are seeing first we saw sign of profit booking, and now correction. And this 660 level is a strong support for Infosys, which is getting challenged. So keep close eye on this stock.
All right, keep a close eye on Infosys, but that's about all the time we have right here on the show. We'll wrap it up. But as we say goodbye, it is Focus in the world of auto as the Hyundai Santro goes on sale today. We're getting you some footage there. There you have it with the new Hyundai Santro. And in fact, we will just be seeing that go on track. Its position between the Eon and the Grand i10. It's going to challenge the current segment market leader. That's the Maruti Wagon-R, followed by the Celerio and the Tata Tiago. And they will still be announcing the price of what they're describing as the Sunshine car.